Alright, welcome to my tips and tricks video for Binding of Isaac. Now this is just meant to be a quick helpful guide for any of you who are having trouble with the game currently. So let's get right into it. First thing is angling your shots. Now I'm sure most of you are aware that you can angle your shots simply by moving and shooting, but did you know that you can angle your shots through the open corners of barriers? Now it isn't very easy to set up. It does require some pretty precise timing, so it's not very practical against a moving target. But if you have an enemy hiding out behind that barrier, or an immobile enemy sitting behind there that you're having trouble getting to, it can be worthwhile to set this up and just pick away at them from the other side. Now normally you can't shoot through this corner just by shooting straight down or straight sideways, but if you angle it properly you'll get right through. This next tip is meant to help people find the secret room. Now the secret room is usually going to be surrounded on three sides by other rooms. So they will be making sort of a U shape, or an upside down U shape, or a C shape, or a backward C shape. Now, this isn't perfect science, so it won't always be where you expect it to be like that, and sometimes the map won't even have that option. There won't be a shape like that, or sometimes the map will have multiple of these shapes, and you kind of have to take the risk. You look at how many bombs you have and decide if it's worth losing some bombs to try and find that secret room. Next is tinted rocks. I'm sure most of you are aware that in earlier levels there are tinted rocks that have a sort of bluish tint to them, and when these rocks are blown up they will give you items, often soul hearts. But did you know that there are tinted rocks in the womb? They won't actually be a different color, and I can't tell if there is any sort of visual cue to identify them, but there are some rocks that will, when blown up, give you items, like soul hearts. You should pop every poop pile and put out every fire that you come across. The reason for this is because it's rare, but they will occasionally drop an item for you. Now they can drop keys, money, bombs, even hearts and soul hearts. And in a game where item supply is very important, every little bit counts. The item kamikaze may be brushed off by most beginning players, as regularly using it takes away a heart to cause an explosion like a bomb around Isaac. But did you know that if you run into a wall in a single direction, so either down, left, up, or right, and only one direction at a time, you can use the item, causing the explosion without actually taking the damage. Now, be careful. If you do happen to break through the wall for a secret room, you will take the damage. Black flies are regularly fairly easy to deal with. They will only hurt you if you run into them, or if they run into you, but they don't seek Isaac. They won't come after you. However, did you know that if they touch poop, they will take a piece of that poop pile and turn into a more hostile fly? When playing as Eve, or if you happen to pick up the Whore of Babylon item, it is a legitimate strategy to keep yourself down to half a red heart container and to supplement the rest of your health with soul hearts. By doing so, you will keep yourself in the Whore of Babylon state while being able to take more than one hit. If you have an item that turns you invincible for a period of time, you can use that invincibility to donate your health to blood donation machines or at a sacrifice room to get the items and the benefits from them without actually losing any health. Most of you probably already know that if you make it to the next level with an Eternal Heart, you will get a new red heart container. If you come across an Eternal Heart, which is one of these white half hearts, I recommend leaving it until after you've killed the level boss. You'll be less likely to take damage and lose that half heart before heading down to the next level, and therefore you'll be more likely to get the red heart container from it. Now be aware of what level you are on, as if you're going to fight Mom, her heart, or It Lives, you won't be able to go back and get it, as you are unable to leave the boss room after defeating one of these bosses. If you win the grand prize at the Three Skulls game, often found in an arcade, you will get the Scatoll item, which turns enemy flies into docile, friendly flies that still fly towards you but won't actually harm you. However, be aware that when enemy flies first spawn, they will still be hostile, and there will be a moment in which you can be hurt by them if you run into them. I hope these tips and tricks help you with your future playthroughs of Binding of Isaac, and thanks for watching. See you next time.